if you can start from nothing and get to a stage where people do want to hear your songs, and when you're releasing songs, people are listening, and you're just some nobody that just come from nowhere, and now you've built that up. That's the cheat code. That's the hardest part. Do you understand what I'm saying? From once you're there, then you've got all of the leverage. The hardest part is starting the fire. Now, back in the days, we started the fire and we expected the major labels to throw flames on it, like they throw the gasoline on it and make it go, okay, cool, worldwide. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that didn't actually happen in our case. So it's like, well, then what are you good for? And you're coming and you're taking ownership of everything. Yeah, that's long. So, but yeah, I think there's pros and cons to both. The best thing you can do is keep ownership of everything that you know what I'm saying? We can get into a deep conversation about how the record labels actually monetize.
We're here for it, you know.
Bro, listen.
I'm actually
here to learn.
Enjoying. You're spitting some gems. Bro. That's what, bro. Fam, they're even gonna say in the comments they seen sprayed this quiet.
All right, cool. So I'll give you. So one of the things that record companies do. These, bro, we're gonna start going deep though.
Let's go.
But have you ever wondered why record companies give you an advance and where the advance comes from?
Not really.
So one of the ways that they do it, right, and this is mad. So think about it like this. If you see when you get a loan, yeah, you go to the bank, right, and you say you want £20,000, they will make it out that they're giving you £20,000, but they're not. What you're doing is you'll sign a loan agreement, saying that you're willing to pay back £25,000. So what you've just done is you've created £25,000 worth of value. You have done that. Because you have just said that you're promising £25,000. That's the same thing as a £20 note, because a note is just
pick up the
promise.
other phone, please. This
I'll
one.
pick
This
up my.
one. This one's a bit mad.
But a note is just a promise. A loan is just a promise. A bank note, same thing as a £20 is a loan agreement. So what you do is you create that value and then you pay it to the bank, and then guess what they do? They'll give you 20 grand back. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you've created the value, and then what happens is they sell that on. They sell that loan agreement on. They'll put 100 loan agreements and they'll sell that. They'll fractionalize it, and then they get money back from it. So basically, they're never giving you their money. They just make
getting the money from the bank, but going to the bank with your thing like, a man wants 20 bags.
Yeah,
he's give back 25,
they're going to the IMF.
20,
they're going.
boom.
There's so many different. It's called like a special purpose vehicle. But anyway,
SPV.
Exactly, SPV. Yeah. So there's bare ways that they do it, but basically it's not their money. Yeah, that they're giving you, but they make you believe it's yours. They make you believe it's theirs. Record companies do the same thing. Right, so you sign.
So I can do that right now.
You sign an agreement, right, saying that you're gonna give them the value of 8 albums, which equals this £1 million, and boom, boom, boom. That agreement is the same as a loan agreement. It's now a promissory note that's worth a certain value. Yeah, they can trade those, float those on the stock market, all of those things. Draw down on the value, and then pay you out of that. That's why you see when you're popping, they have to sign you. If there's no popping artist in the world that can't get a record deal, somebody's gonna want to sign them because you can monetize it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's where all of the it's deeper than that.
It's
I can't,
mad
bro.
as well because
listen.
I've had a single deal. Yeah, that's the only deal I've had. Yeah, I had a single deal with Warner, Bank Holiday Records. Lily Allen, she had they gave her a record label, innit? So they signed the single show, and yeah, man got that money or whatever. I think even Colin got a distribution deal for Invisible Tears as well. But basically, they get the money. They give you money, but they get it back off sales and all. You don't get nothing until they
recoup.
You don't get nothing until they get their money. You get what I'm trying to say?
They inflate that with the studio sessions and stuff like that, right?
You don't get
funny. They'll be charging you crazy numbers.
But that's if you're not in charge. They can't charge. I was going to my own studio,
bro. If they're a really smart company, they're gonna be getting paid at least 4 or 5. Maybe 9 times
that
on that,
because that's what I was gonna say as well.
What they're gonna do, right? If you're a really large company, once they've got that agreement, they can basically register a charge over that agreement, which means it's like basically getting a mortgage out on that agreement. Yeah. So the money that you're paying them back is straight profit. It's not. They're not recouping, bro. That recoup shit is a lie.
Yeah.
They've been recouping. They've been recouped. In order to give you an advance, in order to give you anything, they had to recoup before that.
You get what I'm saying?
So that whole thing is a lie. The whole thing is a lie. They wouldn't. It's not about recouping. It's a lie, bro. Like, people don't know that. They're thinking that, okay, they spent 80 bags, so I'm recouping. No, bro. Once you've made that,
well, they couldn't have recouped yet because you haven't released the tune yet.
They don't recoup from that.
No, but I'm saying the money they've given you, they must recoup from something else because you haven't even put the.
No, listen, they recoup from your agreement that they signed with you because they're signing over your intellectual property. You're signing over your intellectual property to them. That's like signing over your house. It's like you've built a house and then they're saying, yeah, we'll wait till we sell it. Or we wait till we rent it out for 100 years. Nah, they take the agreement, and then they go to IMF or whatever bank or whatever, and they get that straight away. And then they say, yeah, you pay us back when you're. So they're double dipping, triple, bro.
And in America, they're even putting out life insurance policies out on their artists as well.
It's mad. There's so many ways.
So if you die, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
crazy money on your debt.
So I was even saying, flipping. What was I saying?
Yeah. Don't make your single deals.
Yeah, the single deals. But that's what I was gonna say. See, the recouping thing.
Yeah.
Why it's so mad? Because how do you even know when they've recouped?
Of course you don't.
It's up to them to
tell
you.
Audit.
You got to audit them.
Yeah, and you've got to
No, but you don't understand. I know, but
they'll still be swindling numbers.
No, but I'm saying you're still not gonna know how many people streamed your thing. That's my whole point.
What I'm trying to say to you,
even when they put in the streams up on Spotify, you don't know if they're telling you the truth.
Of course.
Or what? Spotify could tell you you've only streamed 1 million, but you streamed 3 million.
But what I'm saying is,
you wouldn't know.
Behind that though, there's a whole shadow system. There's a whole shadow banking system behind it that you won't see, like because they're selling off that recoup stuff is the first layer, and it's a lie because before they're talking about their accounts and all of that stuff, they're gonna sell. They're gonna have.
I can't believe Mike GOC ain't done a video about this. But
do you know why? Because the knowledge.
Big up, Mike.
It's
not.
Mike.
You'd have a film day today with this conversation.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
When Mike wants to bait up the industry,
this ain't the thing. This ain't the thing that I should be.
That's what I'm saying.
Dashing it's mad to even be, but it's realer than most. So
you're just definitely not looking a deal.
Oh, but bro, trust me, it's realer than most. But yeah, so what they're doing, bro, they're recouping off of the agreement, as I said, bro. So once they sign the deal, that's a valuable asset. It has a tangible value on it. So whether that's £1 million, they can go and get £1 million today. And what they'll do is they'll sign you and 10 other people, and then they'll put those 10 record deals together. And that now those 10 record deals are worth 12 million. They can draw down on that, get that money instantly from they sign. Yeah, do you understand that? So recouping is a myth. It's just a contractual obligation that you signed to. Do you understand? It's a myth.
Cool. Yeah, they're cool either way.
Myth.
Yeah, they're cool either way.
That's what it's, bro. Anyway,
I remember straight away they put your things on the playlist for everything, so they get back their money anyway.
Sell off your catalogue and all them thing there to bear.
Exactly.
That you
but listen, I don't want to. If I've
do you get what I'm saying? When you look out your music's in all kinds of different places that you would never even think it is.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And they've sold it over to them. Do you get what I mean?
You've broken down some jewels today. I didn't know that. I knew that happened in the mortgage industry, but I didn't know it happened in the bank. In the music industry. So you've got that's a lot of jewels. Same thing
with life insurance. The companies will do the same thing. It's even better because they don't have to pay you till you're dead. So you'll sign the agreement saying that you agree to pay this much. They'll take that agreement. That agreement is now worth 300K or whatever. Wow. They'll draw down on it. They'll float it. They'll fractionalize it. Do it 9 times. They're making money off of this while you're alive, and you can't even see the peas. Dead food. It's crazy.
Mind games.
Bro,
that is highest.